Hi, I'm Mandy Manning, and I teach at Joel E. Ferris High School here in Spokane at the Newcomer Center. The Newcomer Center is a specialized English language development program for brand new immigrant and refugee students from all over the world who've only been in our nation for 3 months or fewer and have a very limited English language proficiency level. We not only teach them foundational English and foundational English for math, but we also orient them to the school system here in the United States. We make sure that they feel welcome and loved, and we are just kind of ambassadors to the United States, and we learn as much from them as they do from us. We spend a lot of time talking about education in a very negative way, and who wants to invest in something that's broken? I mean, you don't buy broken cars. You don't buy houses that are too broken. So I thought we need to change the narrative, and we need to start focusing on things that are working in our public schools. So I started a letter writing campaign, and I, just to my local legislators, I changed my message, and I started sending them this newsletter every month called Great Things Happening in Our Public Schools. Mike Foltz last year was a freshman legislator. He's in the House of Representatives, and he came in and he was so friendly and so kind. He goes, "We should try to get you over to Olympia." And I was like, "Really?" We continued to talk about how this would look if we brought, students over. And I was like, I don't know if I can get that to work. I said, so what if I'm still in contact with several of my former students who are now at university? What if I brought a group of those students? When I first invited the students, they were super excited. And they didn't even really know what we were doing. I just said, we're going to go over to Olympia, and we're going to see the Capitol, and we're going to talk to some legislators. And they were like, yes, that's great, because my students are amazing. We went up and saw Representative Richelli, because I thought it was really important that the kids met the people who actually represent them where they live, so that they could see that, you can have conversations with these people. They make huge decisions for us, but they're just people just like us. After that, we got to spend the majority of the time with Representative Volz, which was really great because it was him that brought us over and organized the whole day for us. We went into the Republican caucus first, and they had actually written a resolution about me as Teacher of the Year. And so that was really surprising. And we finally got over to the Democratic caucus. I mean, standing ovation when we came in, and the students got to say what they needed to say about their experience in the Newcomer Center and then what they're doing now. And it was such a warm reception.
When I came, I was in Miss Manning class, Newcomer Center, where I learned most of my English, and then I graduated in 2.5 years because I brought up my transcript from Haiti. And then now I'm attending Whitworth University as a sociology major and U.S. cultural study minor.
The best way to affect change, the change that I want to see, is to continue to try to cultivate relationships. Because if they see my students as human beings, and they see me, and they see what is happening in our classroom and who we are, and that their decisions are impacting these specific students and people, then they're more likely to make decisions that maybe I support.
Also, the reading is too long, which I think it shouldn't be required for graduation.
Along with being an educator, I also am a building rep, which is the first thing I ever did as a union member. I believe that union advocacy and working with the union members is really more about helping them see their place within their community and their purpose, and that they're important to that community. After I got my national board certification, I was like, you know what? The union helped me get this, and it truly changed me as an educator, and it helped me become a teacher leader and to understand that union activism is part of teacher leadership. And so I decided to run to be at Rep Assembly, and Rep Assembly changed my entire view of our profession, because for the first time I felt respected, and that I had a voice, and that people were listening to me. I haven't changed who I am, but people's reaction to me has changed. So people will reach out to me for my opinion when my opinion hasn't changed.
Can I say just a couple more things?
Of course, you're the teacher of the year.
We shouldn't have to win awards to be listened to. Our opinion and what we say as educators should matter. It should not matter if you have accolades or some special credential, or that shouldn't matter, because we are doing the work and we need to be listened to no matter what. That said, having these awards has provided me with a platform through which my voice does matter. And the biggest thing that I've learned is that there are really important issues across the board. And it is essential for me to not just talk about the things that are important to me and to my students, but to listen, to really listen to my fellow educators, educational support professionals, the students, the parents.
I met Miss Manning when she introduced the writing club my freshman year.
The first thing that came up was the writing club. And part of that was because I love writing.
And I hadn't known her before, but I just went into the first meeting because I've always been super interested in creative writing, so I was just ecstatic to see that someone was promoting that at this school.
We know a lot about our students and we can get to know them, but we, as secondary educators, we only see them for, an hour a day.
She's just really been a great influence on all of us.
This is my second year coaching freshman girls basketball, and it is awesome. Because I'm not a super competitive person, which was part of my problem playing, because my coaches wanted me to have more of a killer instinct, and I don't. And so freshman is perfect for me, because growing up, my most memorable coaches were my middle school coaches, because they never yelled at us. They always, focused on what we did well and then used that to build on the things that we could improve. But never did they ever say anything like super mean. And then in high school, they got a little meaner. And then in college, they were really mean. And so, because it's really important to win. Well, a freshman, it's not so important.
You guys, you need to stay this way until we get the ball. Come, hey, Hannah, you guys. Okay.
So it's very comfortable for me because I get to focus on helping them build skills that will then help them move on should they so choose.
She really reaches out to every single student and she cares about everyone. The win is cool, but she's more about making sure that they have a good freshman experience, because going into high school as a freshman, you're scared. But if you're on a team and your coach is super nice and super friendly, she wants them to work hard and she wants them to get better and wants them to win. But as long as they're having fun, she's having fun with them.
My team has a lot of heart, and we have struggled a little bit in the scorebook, but we have steadily improved, and it's so fun to watch them because they, no matter what, it doesn't matter if we win, lose, or draw, we are super excited.
I believe that we will win! I believe that we will win! I believe that we will win! I believe that we will win!
You're not going to remember who got the L or the W. You're going to remember how it felt. And if it felt really, really bad, that's going to impact you moving forward. But if it felt really good, you're going to keep trying no matter what.
There isn't anybody more deserving of this award than Mandy. Her passion and her dedication to her message is impressive. And I think that we are all better for having her out there on the platform sharing a message of kindness and inclusivity.
While we might have a lot going on right now, as long as we keep pushing love and kindness and acceptance, times change, things are going to change, and they're going to get better.